Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Sandra. 大家好，你们好吗？欢迎。So, welcome. 欢迎欢迎。Welcome to Community Mandarin. Today, as the title suggests, we're gonna try something a little bit. I would personally say a little bit lighthearted and then hopefully easy to remember. So we're gonna try to learn 10 words in 10 minutes. Yeah. If you haven't, you haven't followed this yet, usually my community Mandarin series, it'll last for 10 minutes, give or take. So today, let's learn some adjectives. Okay. First, these two. I think we've learned in our respective mini lessons before. So these are not counted as the new words we're going to learn today, but hey, they're adjectives too. So first one we have how, right? How that's like literally like the first adjectives we've learned over here. How means good, great, okay. And next one, it is nan. Nan means difficult, difficult. Okay, so if you want to say something is very hard, you can say, hey, 很难. So the reason we're learning these two is because these two words are the basis on we're going to be learning a series of adjectives based on these two words. So we already know how means good, and we've already know nan means difficult. Now let's learn this grammar point. We can form some adjectives using how and nan. So if we put a verb behind how, it means good to do something. And if we put a verb after nan, it means difficult to do something. And it literally turns how, verb, nan, verb into another set of adjectives. Okay, if it sounds a little bit confusing, let's see some examples. First one, we are looking at 好吃. 吃, I didn't give an explanation to what the word means because I figured we've been covered this like quite a few times. If anybody doesn't remember, no problem. 吃 is a verb. It means to eat. So if we put 好 and 吃 together, 好吃, it literally turns it into an adjective. It means what is good to eat. What's an adjective for good to eat? It is delicious, right? Yummy, or we would say to kiddos. Okay, and let's look at the side I highlighted in blue. So what is 难吃? What is that word and the adjective for something that is difficult to eat, difficult to stomach, difficult to swallow? It means something tastes bad, but it is used as an adjective. There you go. Okay, so 好吃 and 难吃, they're both adjectives. And then they're used to describe food. In 好吃's case, delicious, yummy. In 难吃's case, it means tasting bad, means yucky. Okay, and then next up, since we covered 吃. Does anybody still remember 喝? 喝 is a verb. It means to drink. To drink. I think I've had a lesson literally based on what do you drink? 你喝什么, right? If you haven't watched that, jump to the search bar and then go find that one. That one might be very, very helpful to your daily lives. Okay, so 好喝. So we're still gonna follow this pattern. So 好喝 means good to drink. Similarly, 难喝 means hard to drink. Again, hard to stomach, difficult to stomach. So what would 好喝 be meaning? 好喝 means still delicious, yummy, but for your drinks, for your liquidy kind of food. And of course, 难喝 means tasting bad, means yucky, but for drinks. You can say, 牛奶很好喝. I can't think of a example of something 很难喝. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say P, but that's horrible. This brings this lecture to really a very dark direction. So okay. So 难喝, if you drink something you think it's very yucky, it doesn't taste good, you can say 难喝. All right. Next set, we have 好看 and 难看. Yes. 看, if you don't remember what this word means, it means to look at, to see. So as you can guess, 好看 means something is good to look at. And of course, 难看 means something is very hard to look at. So 好看 basically means good to look at. What is that? Good looking. Yes, good looking. 好看 means beautiful, pretty, good looking. 难看 means unpleasant to your eyes. Ugly. Yeah, I was trying to avoid to say that word. So these can be used to describe, of course, people, animals, object. So anything, basically, you can use the word good looking or ugly on. Okay, so we have the third set. So how many new words are we are? We're on, we have like 6, right? We've covered 6. Okay, let's move on. Next one. Still, we're following this. 好听 and 难听. Ting is a verb. I believe we've briefly talked about this before, but if you don't remember, no problem. Ting is a verb, means to hear, to listen to. So 好听 is something good to hear, and 难听 is something, I would say, very hard for your ears. So something very unpleasant for your ears. So we have 好听 means pleasant to your ears, and 难听, unpleasant to your ears. We would be doing some examples in the end of this, so it might help you understand it better. Okay, so we have 好听 and 难听. And last set, 好闻 and 难闻. One is a verb. I believe this is a new word. We've never talked about this before. One means to smell, to use your nose to smell, to sniff. So 好闻 is something smells good. 难闻, of course, it means something smells bad, smells yucky. But again, they're both adjectives. Let's take a look. 好闻 is an adjective, it means smelling good. 难闻 is also an adjective, and means smelling bad. Okay. So, yeah, let's look at several examples so that to help us better understand how these adjective works in the sentence. Okay, we have 4. Okay, cool. The first one, read after me. 请跟我读。这件衣服真好看。The next sentence, 请跟我读。他唱歌很好听。他唱歌很好听。Next one, we have 他说话很难听。他说话很难听。Last one, we have 请跟我读。他的香水有点难闻。他的香水有点难闻。Okay, let's look at this sentence one by one. The first one, 这件衣服真好看. We've spent the last 2 weeks covering 衣服, right? Covering clothing items. So 衣服, when it is used singularly, it can mean any piece of clothing. So, and then we've learned 件is usually the measure words for your tops. So basically when we're saying 这件衣服, this piece of clothing. 真, we've covered that as well. 真, it can be used in adverb. It means really. So what does 这件衣服真好看 means? It means, okay, this piece of clothing or this clothes is really pretty. Okay, next one, we have 他唱歌很好听. Over here, 唱歌 is actually a new word. It can be used as a verb as well as a noun. It means to sing or singing. Over here, 她唱歌, her singing. 很 very 好听 we just learned very pleasant to the ears. So the sentence together, maybe you can already guess it. Like her singing is very pleasant to your ears. Basically, it means her singing is very beautiful. She can sing very beautifully. Okay, next up, the next one is a similar pattern here. 她说话很难听. Okay, 说话 here is the new word. It means to as a verb it means to speak. As a noun it means speech or talk. So what is 她说话很难听? You say, okay, he talks. His talk is very pleasant to ears. What does that mean? It does not mean he has a bad voice. Okay, maybe on the last sentence when she can sing beautifully, 她唱歌很好听, kind of means she has a beautiful voice. She has a beautiful singing voice. But if we're talking about he talks in a very unpleasant way, it does not mean he has a bad voice. It means usually he talks in a very harsh way, inconsiderate, and hard for other people to hear. Like he talks mean stuff. So 他说话很难听 means he talks in a very unpleasant and mean way that other people don't like it. Okay, last one we have 他的香水有点难闻. Over here, we're looking at two possible new words here. First one, 香水. 香水 is a verb. It means perfume. Okay, you can guess what this means already, I guess. Okay, so 有点, it can be used as an adverb. It means a little bit, a little bit. So over here, 她的香水有点难闻 means her perfume is a little bit unpleasant to smell. A little bit unpleasant to smell. All right, let's look at a proper English translation to all these. 这件衣服真好看. This clothes is really pretty. 她唱歌很好听. She can sing beautifully. 她说话很难听. Basically means he says harsh words. He likes to say harsh words. And last one. 她的香水有点难闻. Her perfume smells a bit unpleasant. Okay, so that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you find today's community Mandarin mini lessons a little bit helpful. And we'll see you next week. And of course, before we say goodbye, before we 说再见, I encourage you guys to visit Rola's website as well as our YouTube channel. So we'll see you next week. 再见